Hello, fourth graders. Welcome to lesson 5.1. We've got a new unit starting today, so let's start with a really gross picture. Right? That is a picture of a fruit decomposing, right? And you, even if you don't know this word, you've seen this happen before, right? Where you've seen, a tree that fell down and then after a while it just rots, right? That rotting is called decomposing, and what decomposition does, it breaks something down into pieces, right? Otherwise, this fruit would just sit there dead forever, right? But it gets broken down, it gets decomposed. We can also decompose numbers. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to kill them, right? And then start taking them apart, but we are going to take them apart without the killing of them. All right, so if we have this math message here, a red circle is the whole. Use the yellow fraction circle pieces to show 3/4. So we would want to show 3/4 here. We want to show 1, 2, 3. Right? This is 3/4. Let's get rid of this and let's get rid of this. How can we write a equation to show the sum of these pieces, right? Well, this piece is worth 1/4. So we could write 1/4 plus this one, 1/4 plus this one equals 3/4. This is decomposing a fraction. Okay, just kind of taking it apart into a sum of fractions. So our goal here is to be able to decompose a fraction into a sum of fractions with common denominators. Remember, the denominators are numbers on the bottom. And so common denominators means we're going to always have the same number on the bottom, right? We had all 4s in this problem. So fractions with a numerator are called unit fractions. All right, that's an important term. Unit fractions. If it has a 1 on the top, it's a unit fraction. That's important for you to remember. What's a unit fraction? It has a 1 on the top, right? Any fraction in the world can be written as the sum of unit fractions, right? 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. These are unit fractions. Let's use some more unit fractions. So if we want to show the sum of this fraction as unit fractions, make sure you pay attention when you see the word unit. That means that you need to have all 1s on the top. We would just have 1/10 plus 1/10. Simple enough, right? But if you have to know that word, unit fractions, when it's being asked for it. How can we show this as a sum of unit fractions? Well, what are all of the numerators going to be? They're all going to be what? They're all going to be 1. And then we're going to keep the 8s on the bottom. Oh, I drew on it. Let's get rid of that and move this out of the way. Right? 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8. 5 of them. Right? Why 5? Well, because there's 5 here. 5/8. Okay? Unit fractions. We're decomposing this. What about 4/3? Oh, it doesn't really change. Just because the numerator now is bigger, we have an improper fraction. What do you think this equation would be? Did you say 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3? If you did, you're right. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/3. We keep all the denominators the same. This is decomposing fractions. Last one like this. What do you think this would be? Yeah, I know. You had to type in 1/6 a lot. 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. Was that 6? I hope so. All right. So we can decompose fractions, okay, when we take them apart. Now, we can show 7/12 as a sum of unit fractions, right? 1/12 plus 1/12. I'm going to have to write a lot of these. 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12. That's 5. Okay. But I want to show you one more thing here, and that is that we can also decompose this in different ways. So we might take 7/12. Remember, you're going to have to keep the numbers, the denominators on the bottom the same. We could say that 7/12. Let's go to a new screen here. 7/12 is equal to, let's take it apart this way, 5/12 plus 2/12. That equals 7/12. What else could we do? 7/12 equals 3/12 plus 3/12. That's 6 plus 1/12. See how I'm doing this? I'm just making addition problems, addition equations that equal 7/12. Why don't you come up with one? What else could you do for 7/12? Okay, lots of possible answers there. Maybe someone said 6/12 plus 1/12. Okay, so when we are going to find a sum of unit fractions, we have to use ones. When we're asked to decompose a fraction in different ways, we can be creative and kind of experiment with some things like that. Okay, we can also decompose a mixed number, right? So this is 1 whole and 2/8. So what you really need to think about is, okay, well, that 1 whole is worth 8/8, right? 1 whole, 8/8. So we could have 8/8 plus 2/8. That's an easy one. We could have right? So anything that's going to equal 10, excuse me, that's going to equal 10/8. 5/8 plus 5/8. That's going to equal that mixed number. Okay. Why don't you help me here? So let's see, 1 whole here. What is this 1 whole? Just the 1 whole, what's it equal to? It is equal to 5/5. So we could have 5/5 plus, 3/5. What's another way that we could get to this, right? This is going to be 8/5 because this is also equal to 8/5. What's another way we can decompose that number and get to 8/5? Okay, could have done 7/5 plus 1/5 or many other different ways. If it's 2, it doesn't change, right? So 2 would, let's see, 1 whole is 3/3. Another whole is another 3/3. And 1/3 left over. So now I'm really looking for 7/3. So I could do 6/3. Oh, not 6/6. Got to keep the denominators the same. 6/3 plus 1/3 would be another correct answer here, right? So we're decomposing fractions in even mixed numbers. That's our goal today. And it is straight out of the standard, right? Look at that. These are almost equal. All right, let's take a look at what you're doing today. Today, you are doing Math Journal page 155. At the top, you have to decompose these first two as a sum of unit fractions. What were unit fractions again? They have a 1 as the numerator. And then for number 3, we're going to decompose 7/10. You can read this a little bit, but you can see we can do it some different ways. It doesn't have to be with unit fractions for number 3, but it does on numbers 1 and 2. All right, 4th graders. A little bit shorter video here today. Enjoy, and I hope that you were able to learn about decomposing fractions. If you need help with something, be sure to reach out and let me know. And good luck.